Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I'm here with the Pisces April horoscope. Now firstly I must apologise if you're hearing any background noise. It's the rain. The rain is really pelting down at the moment. There's a lot of flooding going on just south of here, all the way down New South Wales coastline, so it's very severe, the flooding. But it's been raining like this for hours. I've been waiting thinking it might stop a little bit, minimize a bit, but no, it hasn't. So I just have to kick on, and because I know people are waiting for Pisces. So just briefly, if you are new, subscribe and be alive. I'll just tell you what I do. I like to draw 2 tarot cards because they work in very well with the horoscope, and then we'll have a look at your horoscope in depth. And stick around to the end. I'll do a psychic channeling. I never know what's going to turn out or what's going to come out of my mouth. Okay, so let's go to the board now, and we'll have a look at what your horoscope has to say in a moment. That's your horoscope there. Okay, all right, but these 2 cards I was just talking about, that's what we're going to do first. And let's see what comes out. Okay, let's go with that one there. Closing my eyes. Geez, I've been seeing cars, vehicles nearly every day, and right now I'm seeing one in flood water. Where I live on a quite a high hill, so there's no problem with my place, but I know that I'll be cut off from town now. I won't be able to go anywhere or anything like that. Let's hope we don't run out of cat food. What I'm seeing in the vision are cars in the water. Okay, so that's probably actual. It's probably happening right now, in fact, down the bottom of my hill. But it can mean from a spiritual perspective, okay, your car is your vehicle, your body, and it's how you get around in the world. It's about independence. And when I see like floodwaters like that, that suggests a lot of unconscious energy coming up that's being released. And when people are submerged in that, they may not be thinking very clearly. So if you're going through something at the moment, it's not where you're emotional and you're feeling a lot of stuff coming up out of your subconscious, it may not be the best time to make an important decision. Let's just put it that way. It's a great time for staying home and really going within and meditating and having a look at all of your feelings and that sort of thing. It's a spiritual time, but it's not the best time for making practical decisions. Well, how about that? It's the High Priestess. Now, interestingly, before I started, because I like to shuffle the cards before I do a reading, before I start the video, and this card jumped out and fell on the floor, and I put it back. I thought, oh, I like this card, but here it is again. It's come out twice. So this is a fairly strong indication that this is a time of intuition for you. If you're the type of person that likes groups, maybe an organised religion could help you, if you're involved in an organised religion, that is. Or alternatively, you can, do this alone, this process, and rely on yourself. It's entirely up to you. But the important thing is, whichever way you do it, is that you listen to yourself, okay? Pay attention to what's going on deep down inside you, and listen to your own guidance, because your soul will guide you, okay? That actually almost looks like the handle on a door, doesn't it? In reality, it's a candlestick or something on a column, but it reminds me of a handle on a door. So, open the door to your subconscious. The High Priestess, psychic, intuitive, okay? So associated with the moon. Let's have a look at the second card now. You can think of that as the first half of the month if you want to think in terms of time. But the second half of the month, let's have a look. Let's go with that one there. Actually, yeah, let's go with that one there. Okay, closing my eyes again. What do I see? Okay, I'm up in the clouds, lovely white clouds, not like the clouds we're having today, everything grey and overcast. Lovely white clouds. There's a feeling of freedom and liberation up here. These clouds are sort of moving very quickly, so these are sort of like ideas that are flashing across your mind. There's also some angels here as well up in the sky. It just says to me the angels are looking out for us, and please send your prayers and blessings to all the victims of the floods, because it's going to be quite substantial, and especially our wildlife here in Australia, which has been suffering so much. First with the bushfires. I mean, really, it's like, you know, we had a mouse plague just recently, not where I am, but down in New South Wales. The bushfires, we had a mouse plague, we had a pandemic, and now the floods. So the card that comes up is the Four of Wands, and this says that there's a window of opportunity coming. You see this window here. It doesn't mean it's a permanent opportunity. It means that it's, you know, only open for a certain time, that you can grab this opportunity. You might feel like having a vacation or a break. See here, she's eating grapes. These are the fruits of her labours. So perhaps you can have some sort of break and enjoy yourself, okay, if you can manage it. There's a lot of green here, which is a lot of growth and expansion. And if you can have a break, that will actually help your work, because you'll be more clear and, you know, efficient and organised and ready to take on even more. But yeah, time to enjoy the fruits of your labours. Okay, so that's the two cards. Do bear those in mind, because they often come up in the horoscope, which I'm going to do right now. From the 3rd of April until the 19th of April, we have Mercury in your second house here, and this just is basically saying that there's a lot going on with your finances and possessions, and maybe the things that are important to you, the things that you value. So Mercury is always a communication planet, so you could be communicating in some way about those things. It is a great time to be thinking about how you spend your money and how you manage your resources, and it's a great time to consult a financial planner if you're looking at investing in anything. 25th of March to the 25th of April, Saturn sextiles the Sun. It's fabulous at the moment for your relationships with employers, employees, government agencies, parents and other authority figures. Somebody with influence may help you in life generally, or particularly at work. You could see an important contract or agreement, or perhaps getting a promotion in some way. It's a very positive time. You can dedicate yourself to something meaningful, okay? This is a time where your life should step up, you know, a little bit. You rise in life in some way. April 11 sees the new moon in your 3rd house here. This is like your local area, your siblings, distant family, communications, that sort of thing. And you know, because it's a new moon, sometimes there's a new start that comes, and in order for that new start to happen, there might be some past events or feelings from the past that are being triggered. It's a great time for planting seeds for your future, especially regarding study or relationships, or dealing with people in your local community. You may also hear from distant family members, including siblings. Communications are key at the moment. 13th of April to the 8th of May, Venus then moves into your 3rd house as well. Venus brings a beautiful energy, a lot of cooperation and harmony, peace, beauty, and she also deals with money as well. And you could find your neighbours are very cooperative and people helpful in your local area. It's an excellent time for local errands and general chit-chat, maybe you get to know your neighbours a bit better. You could also attend nearby social events, and so it's just a time where, you know, there's likely to be good relationships with people around you. Could be some study or retraining as well. 18th of April to the 3rd of May, Mercury moves into your 3rd house here. So you've got like a double lot of communications. So it also indicates that you could be very busy and active as well. So you could have a busy month. And there's a lot of cooperation with neighbours and perhaps some social visits in your community. And again, siblings, distant relatives could be on your mind. 18th of April to the 20th of May, Sun moves into your third house. Sun brings insight and awareness and perhaps even happiness, okay? So you could be feeling pretty happy and have a great month, you know. Mars in your 5th house from the 21st of April to the 11th of June. Your drive for self-expression and creativity is likely to be very high. You could also be interested in competitive sports and games. Romantic urges can run very high, and you might be even interested in pursuing someone special. Love relationships can intensify, especially those ones that are just started, okay? So the 5th house is sort of like young love. And if you are in a serious relationship or like a long-term committed relationship, then it could be rejuvenated. Mars could help rejuvenate it, make both of you seem young again in some way. April 26 sees a full moon in your 9th house. Now, it's full here on the 26th, which is the date, but the 27th it moves into your house of vocation. So here in the 9th house, it's like called the house of the higher mind, and again there's some sort of transformation there with the full moon. Maybe you feel like going on a break or a vacation. That came up before here. Remember I was saying about the cards. And you could be thinking about study or expanding your life in some way. Your horizons need to broaden now. Your life can become much larger. You expand your mind through travel, learning and spirituality. Take a big picture view and don't be afraid to try new things by changing your thinking. And it's okay to do that. As you know, doesn't matter how old you are, you can always learn new things. 25th of April to the 31st of May. Now this is a big one. Uranus squares Saturn. I've been talking about this throughout the year. It can be a bit difficult to handle this sometimes, but that's okay. I'm sure you will, because if you think about it, Uranus is like this sort of volatile, unpredictable, tumultuous kind of energy, and it's got a hard aspect here, a square with Saturn. The Saturn's more conservative, traditional, loves structure, authority figures, and it's sort of more about the past. So they're sort of opposites in a sense. Uranus is more future focused, Saturn is more past focused. So they're having a bit of a ding dong, and things can go awry very easily regardless of what you want to do. The other thing is that sometimes your life can become very hectic, and especially this month too, with so much here in the 3rd house. Just make sure you don't take on too much and do too much, okay? Because things can get disorganised then, so you have to work to stay on top of everything. It's a great month for experimentation and bringing new things into your life, okay? So you can still hold on to the safety and traditions of the past while experimenting, bringing in new things, get some new experiences under your belt. It's not the best time to be steadfastly disciplined, but it is a fabulous time for trying new things. Allow yourself to be more innovative and a bit unpredictable. It's going to be fine, okay? Just know that you're in this process of balancing the opposites, and when you do that, it's actually going to give you more power. You know, as the year progresses and we get these few hits of Uranus squaring Saturn, each time it happens we're going to come out with more and more power, so don't be concerned about it. April 25th to the 31st of May, Chiron sextiles Saturn, which is fabulous because you could be recognised in some way. You can distinguish yourself. People will sort of respect what you're doing. Your determination will bring opportunities and positive new connections. It's a great time to try a new discipline, especially regarding your career. You might want to learn something as well that can move you forward in life. And it doesn't matter what existing limitations there are, you can still move forward. Past failures are put behind you because you're aligning yourself more closely to your divine purpose. Profitable new ventures can be accomplished with creative and innovative new thinking. Go on, you can do it. So that's fabulous. And this one's also fabulous, this aspect, from the 28th of April to the 17th of June. Chiron trines your MC, okay? So you're likely to receive more support and acceptance from your peers and even from authority figures as well. You could also enjoy favourable responses from the public, and your reputation rises in your community. You may find an influential coach or mentor who helps you out in some way. Your ideas are likely to be creative and pioneering, and you can be recognised now for your originality. You have a unique way to capitalise on your accomplishments. Well done, you did this, okay? And 27th, what's that say? I can't read my own writing. 18th of April to the 27th of June, Saturn sextiles Venus, another great one. Excellent cooperation in partnerships and friendships, even in romantic relationships. There's greater understanding. Okay, you understand each other better now, so do take advantage of this influence. Other people understand your point of view. Agreements signed now should work out very well, and it's a great time to beautify your home and express your creativity. These endeavours around the home, anything to do with beauty, because it's Venus, and also money. Venus looks after money, so again, investments, Saturn sextiling Venus, investments could go very well as well. Okay, so I should have put that on bigger so you could see it. Sorry about that, didn't think about that. So the important points to summarise, it's a time to expand your life. It's likely to be a very busy and active month this month, and there's likely to be some sort of motivation around your creativity or your romantic life with Mars here, okay? Alrighty, so do take note of that. And if you can have a small break or get away, that would be really useful as well. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is close my eyes and see what I can see for you, Passionate Pisces, for April. Okay, well I see, yeah, I'm in the ocean and there's a big green and blue fish. They're the colours, green and blue. Green, of course, is growth and expansion. And the blue is about your throat. And also here your intuition, because normally the colour of the third eye is indigo, which is like a really dark blue. So I can see various shades of blue, so you could be speaking about the intuitions that you get or the psychic flashes that you get that may well come up. I'm actually seeing like thought bubbles going out into space, you know, so you're getting these thoughts and then talking about what you're picking up. And now I see a snail shell, the thought bubble's actually transforming itself into a snail shell. It's sort of that spiral shape I'm seeing. So that just says go slowly, don't, you know, race, because you could be feeling very motivated and have a lot of energy, but it's best to pace yourself. There's no great rush really, but you might be full of energy, so you try to rush. Now I'm seeing a headband here. It's got beautiful ruby coloured flowers across the top. So this says something about being happy, and because it's ruby, it could be to do with the heart, and you're just happy because you're happy in your heart. It could also be something to do with your root chakra, which is normally red. So again, that could be about activity. Sometimes red means anger, but I think in this case it's more a ruby colour. I think it just means that you're happy and there's a depth of character there, or a depth of understanding that maybe you didn't have that before, but you have that now. I'm just seeing lots and lots of flowers, purples, plums, pinks, all about what's going on in your heart, Passionate Pisces. Okay, looks like a fabulous month for you actually, and I must say too, here on the board, normally there's like a lot more red aspects. You've only got a few compared to the other star signs, so if you are likely to be quite happy this month, happier than what you've been for a while. Okay, I hope you found this useful. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you're new, subscribe to Be Alive and hit that notification bell. I'll see you all again soon. Have a fabulous month. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.